the most successful projects that I've seen in automation start by automating the actual test management process. Even before we start worrying about automating a script, if you're able to map out your test plan, the coverage that you want to do, and cross-reference that, whether that would be in Quality Center or anything that's equivalent to that, if you're able to track the density of your defects to your test cases and then so forth to a specific function, you can generate an enormous amount of productivity and information across the board. And you're setting a standard framework for that specific product that can only get better from that point forward. You can enhance it, you can modify it, you can add on to it, and then you are going to reach a point of stability in which you can actually automate the functionality. So that's one of the major milestones that I'm seeing a lot of customers jump on board and saying, this is my test plan and I have this whole number of test cases, stored somewhere in SharePoint or whatever. Let me bring that down into a structure of a managed process that can capitalize metrics, that can manage my defects, that can actually help me move and assign the test cases from function, from cycle, from iteration to a specific person. So I think that's one of the big benefits of the test management automation platforms. And the other thing is that for products like, I'm sure that Dean can speak of Novell, but I've seen other companies as well do creating their own automated platforms for regression when they particularly are concerned with specific platforms for particular customers or for specific industries. And if you look today at how many versions of a product a company has to release every year in order to stay competitive, in order to, release new functions and stay on top of their game, you definitely need to resource back to automated labs in which you can deploy regression tests, whether you need them at a low hardware interaction level or from an application perspective only. But it's something that product creators are dealing with every day and are doing it successfully.
Excellent. Thank you, Carla. Dean, can you provide us your perspective on test automation? How much does test automation makes your life easier?
What Carla talked about around being able to use automation once a product becomes stable, I think is a key indicator of where test automation can be leveraged in the process of testing a software product. Regression testing is where Novell uses automation. We estimate through several different metrics that for every 4 changes that our engineering team makes to new code as they're developing it, they will break existing functionality at least once. So for every 4 changes, there's 1 break. Now, as the code matures, that will go up to maybe every 10 changes, they will break something. But regression testing is the only way to make sure that they haven't broken something that used to work. And that is probably the biggest danger of releasing an update to a software product, is having a customer report something, having us fix it, and then re-break it later. That deteriorates the quality perception of your product more rapidly than anything else. We can have lots of different test cases, which Novell does for one of its products, over 10,000 different test cases, some of which are automated. But the most important part is to be able to catch that regression testing. And automation is essential to that. And automation is effective once a product becomes stable and is not having major feature shifts or changes, and has probably had several release cycles. And a version 1 type of product or version 2 type of product may be difficult to automate or very costly, because you essentially have to rewrite your automation because your product is still changing a lot. Once it stabilizes, that automation is essential to make sure that your product meets customer quality metrics.
Excellent. And probably we can use that as a byline to jump into the third aspect, which has to do with outsourcing that function, whether it's automated or it's manual testing that you're carrying on. From your perspective, then, why would you rely on a third party to outsource what is considered to be a very important task of the product that you bring to the market and the revenue-generating product?
It comes because you consider that because you find a center of excellence. A company such as Softtek, who has proven record of providing QA and testing type of capability, resources, expertise, and Novell relies on companies like Softtek for its revenue-generating products because they've proven to be successful. It's that simple. They provide educated technical engineers that are cost-effective, and we have found that our teams at Softtek to be passionate, resourceful, and very self-motivated. So we rely on that third party because they provide those key characteristics and elements to our overall product. And outsourcing is generally used as a cost control measure, but that is not effective if you can't get the service and experience that you expect. And so it's that simple. When you find a company who's proven successful at that, then it's going to be successful for you, and it's worth considering.
Yes, certainly. So definitely cost plays an important factor, but also reliability on what that third party is doing. How about you, Carla? Can you provide us a point of view on your experience on why companies would outsource, and also what type of role does global sourcing play into the development life cycle?
Sure. I think that it varies depending on the type of product, the reasons. In general terms, I think that you will find that many companies, like Dean said, are looking for a level of excellence which would take them significantly more time for them to build in-house. And eventually they will get an option with an outside vendor to recall that capacity and probably keep it. So it offers multiple alternatives, the model in itself, in order to give them the capability immediately, ready to go, turnkey, and not necessarily are handing out their IP. So definitely you want to do it because you have a product. You want to go with someone that dedicates exclusively to validating quality, and they form professionals that deal with that type of issue every day and who have unique insight into how to solve problems, and because they've already seen them in the past. You don't want to start from scratch for some of your most critical products. So I think it's and provided that the vendor, whomever it is, has the security standards that comply with your requirements, there should not be concerns around giving that strategic to someone for testing.
Right, and in that context, sorry, go ahead, Carla.
No. I was just going to say